Mr. Pádraig MacLochlainn.
Taoiseach, the people came out in huge numbers on February the 25th last with hope in their hearts for change, for new political leadership and for a challenge to the injustice that they have faced for so long now. I canvassed my constituency of Donegal North East like all the TDs in the House today, and I listened to the stories of despair, that's the only way you can describe it, of emigration again in Donegal, and you know, as a Mayo man, the impact of immigration in your county. The impact of unemployment. 1 in 3 of the people, the working people of Donegal are out of work. And the stories of cutbacks and the struggle to pay the bills. But there was also remarkable people, great people, people that will turn this country around. I came across a woman who is 83 years old, and she cares for her 22-year-old foster son who was paralysed in a road accident. And she has nurtured him bit by love, by compassion, by support, back slowly towards having a decent standard of life. That's the people who deserve the support of the Republic and the support of us in this House. But they have been failed. They've been utterly failed. The fact is that there's a fundamental injustice that ordinary working families have been asked to pay the bills of those who are reckless in the financial institutions. And this was not just a failure in the Irish banking system, but a failure in the European and international banking system. Yet the ordinary families here in Ireland, one of the smallest states in the European Union, have been asked to carry that burden. That is a fundamental injustice that nobody can defend. So they hope for change to that. Fine Gael and Labour have won the endorsement of around 56% of the Irish people, and good luck to them. But they campaigned on something that is very different to what's in the programme for government. They did not say that they would deliver more of the same. You did not say that you would not reverse the cuts that have impacted so severely on families, universal social charge, the cuts to those who are unemployed, pensioners in terms of the blind pension and disability. That's the people who suffered the impact. Student nurses have taken cuts, and young students and hard-working families have to pay more to send the young children to third-level education. All of those things you said you would do something about. You said that you would stand up and deal with the issue of banking. You would not allow it to cripple our economy. You did not talk about water charges. You did not talk about property taxes. You did not talk about stealth charges. You know, these are the realities. In your campaign, what you presented to the people is not what's in this programme for government. You see, the people voted with hope in their hearts. They voted for change. They voted for new political leadership. Our people and our communities have been savaged by the impact of this financial crisis. They need to have their faith restored in the political system, not shattered. And if you implement this programme for government, and if you do not challenge our European partners to do what is right, and what is fair, then you will have failed them, and their faith will have been shattered yet again. And we cannot have that. Sinn Féin laid out our plan very clearly. We said we need to separate the sovereign debt separate the banking debt from the sovereign debt, to take it off the backs of the people. We said that we need to stimulate our economy using our pension reserve fund, our resources, to get our economy moving again. And we said that you can cut the deficit by asking the very wealthy to pay their fair share and asking highly paid civil servants to take a real cut. And frankly, Taoiseach, €200,000 of a wage for yourself is really not going to cut it with ordinary working families who struggle to pay their bills. So that's the reality in terms of what has happened with yourselves. See, this issue around cutting the interest and this issue around corporation tax, they are distractions. Intelligent people know that these are distractions. What needs to happen is you need to stand up, and we need to stand up to our European partners, and I say it again, that what they have done is a fundamental injustice. To ask Irish ordinary working families to carry the burden for a fundamental failure and crisis in the banking system across Europe is clearly wrong. So we have to stand up for it, and stand up in the eyes of the international community to those partners, and not have distractions and sideshows around interest rates and corporation tax. And I'll conclude with this. Taoiseach, you talked about 2016 in your opening address as Taoiseach, and you talked about the 1916 proclamation. You know in your heart that what we have endured for not just the last number of years, but the last number of decades, has nothing to do with the hope of the 1916 proclamation. So I hope for the 83-year-old woman, for her 22-year-old foster son, for all the people who are unemployed in Donegal, Mayo and across the state, I genuinely hope that you succeed. But the programme for government is not a template for success. It's a template for more of the same, and it will shatter the hopes of our people, the hope for change. That's why they came out in huge numbers, and I implore you and your colleagues in government to not pursue the direction and to deliver a real republic, a real revolution for change. That is what they deserve. Gurmila Margaret.